Hello, welcome to episode 8 of our Timberborn update to Let's Play with the Iron Teeth faction. Last time we started building this enormous reservoir thing right here, kind of an extension of what we already had going on. We built a pathway down here to construct a little bit of scaffolding and also harvest these trees. And we laid some of the groundwork for getting a little bit more done over here and started putting some more production, especially for our wheat flour and our cattail flour over here. So that's going to be exciting to see how that goes. But this episode, we're going to get going on maybe some expansion in this general direction over here and possibly over here as well. And one of the things we'd really been focusing on was getting this area prepped for going over here. We have our power shaft that's ready to go across. Just have to get something going there. And then we can probably dam this up and get this whole area flooded here. Of course, once the water comes back in 5.4 days. So we'll get going on that. And first up, we have these dynamites we can get rid of here. And before we let these things get down too far, we'll go ahead and put some dynamite there. Get rid of that guy, put some dynamite there as well. And of course, the reason for this is to make this completely level here. We're going to have these go all the way down to where these are because this will get us 30,000 HPH. I just assume that's horsepower hours of power stored up. So that's it's going to be interesting to see how that works. But we'll get this all taken care of, get that all the way down. And then we're probably going to have to cross right about here. I just decided to put the dam here because we're already building this. And somebody gave me an idea that I hadn't even considered, which was to take our bridges here that we have access to and build across this way so they can build down from the bridge. Which I had not thought was an option, so we might have to get there at some point in the future. But in the meantime, all we can really do is wait for them to keep building stuff. We have all of this waiting on wood. We're just kind of lacking in the wood department right now. So that's partly why we came over here to try and get this wood and get that all taken care of. There's a couple other spots we could probably harvest some more wood from, considering our large warehouse is completely full at the moment. So I'm actually tempted to put in a forester down here. I think I can actually get away with doing this. I don't want to take up too much space I could, actually use. Yeah, we'll put that guy there. Then we'll go ahead and, that's just one log, it'll be fine. You deleted a log. Yes, I did. Alright, let's see. Put this guy back here. We'll get this built. We'll go ahead and advance the priority on that. Yes, I know it's kind of pointless to just continually put things up at the highest priority. But, we're kind of stuck after a certain point, right? And I also think we're going to have to dynamite this area out right here. Try and improve our water flow right here. And then probably right here as well. So of course, once this wheel is actually in, then we'll have to move this, this engine somewhere else when we get to that point. Okay, so this is all done. We're going to go ahead and plant just because they take less time. We'll do some, actually no. I lied. 3 more days for twice as much wood. We'll do pine. We can definitely use as much help as we can in terms of getting trees planted and harvested here. And it looks like our lumberjack flags will cover all of this anyway, so that's fine. We probably will not keep this area as a permanent tree farm, at least not right now. This is probably going to end up being another district connection down down here. We might even modify where this staircase goes. Depends on what we end up wanting to do over here. I know we're definitely going to want to get over here at some point for these ruins and the underground thing. It's just one of those things we got to keep an eye on while we're in the process of doing all that. Right now it seems most of our wood is going toward this project to get the water storage up to par. We're going to want to make sure we are keeping an eye on that. And then over here as well, we have plenty of explosives done. They just haven't gotten around to putting stuff down yet. So we can probably, since we have so many unemployed beavers, can probably go ahead and put in another builder's hut down here just to get some more beavers employed. And there's probably another spot we could do that too. So these are all dandelions we're actively harvesting. See, we're doing fine right now. We just have such a high demand for wood because of this stupid gargantuan project that I decided to undertake. It's one of those things where it's kind of like, all right, well, did you need to do this? No, but, you know, it's not the worst thing that you did it anyway. We'll just keep adding to those as time goes on. All right, now did we get this built? Yes, we did. Go ahead and pop in another 2 of those guys. And now we should have, I think, 3 of those, I believe. Realistically, we can probably put in another one somewhere if I can find a good spot for it. How far out do we go here? Okay, we actually have the ability to put something down here. And we are going to want to be available down here as well because we're going to be expanding anyway, so that's probably a smart thing to do. Go ahead and pop that out to 4. Now, how are we looking? We're still doing okay. Seems food is not going to be a problem for quite some time. Although in terms of the variety of food, we actually don't have a lot of carrots. And I know for starting a new district, that's something that is going to be important. So we might actually want to plant some more carrots if I can find a good spot for that. That's not going to be disrupting too much here. So I actually could put some carrots over here if I felt like it. I don't really, if anything, I can probably get rid of some of the wheat and change that over to carrots. Because we just have so much wheat. My God. Okay. We're going to unplant that as wheat. Probably most of this, honestly, is fine to be not wheat. We really don't have that much wheat being grown at all. We're still not going through enough of it because we have a ton of bread. An absolute ridiculous amount of bread. So this stuff will take probably a little while to get going. So I'm just as this becomes available, I'll probably turn this into carrots as the opportunity presents itself. Just to get that going up a little more. And I think, yeah, we'll just keep our eyes open over here every once in a while to see what's going on with that. We've actually harvested, I think, yeah, that's all of the wood we can actually get right now. So we'll go ahead and pop this back in. Can these guys actually plant that far? Okay, so they actually can't plant this last row, so we'll get rid of that. Well, this will be a decent amount of pine when this matures in, I don't know, math. 7 days, 8 days. There's still a little bit that these guys can get to. Can't believe they haven't finished this lumberjack flag yet. That's one of the simplest buildings in the game to build. Alright, that helps. Just a little bit. And somebody asked, why are you expanding this already? Like, look at this. We're most of the way through the drought, and we're already past two height blocks of water. And it's only going to get worse once we have all these other ones built. So that is why we decided to go this way. I actually think if I can get down under here... Oh, this actually goes underwater. That's kind of funny. I probably should have dynamited the rest of this out a little bit more before getting too involved with that, but there's not much else I can do at this point with regard to that. How are we looking? Do we have our... Yes, we do. I'm going to go ahead and pause the game and then make sure we don't get bamboozled here. Just want to make sure that's actually able to be detonated properly. I actually think I can get... Well, I want those to be placed first before it gets too crazy. You just end up kind of having to do this one bit at a time. That still be placed? Yes, okay. Alright, now what was this guy complaining about? His teeth? Okay. Well, that's understandable. How are we looking over here on our stuff? Okay, good. We can put a couple more carrots in. Gradual progress. Very gradual. I think we can probably put another farmhouse in. Honestly, we have so many potatoes. We actually don't have as many potatoes as I thought we'd have, so maybe I don't need to worry about it. Yeah, see, like right here, we're already almost down 3 entire blocks of height. We just need more water storage. What it comes down to. This will help us tremendously with that. So we can also pump more. We should be getting pretty close to some of these. No, we're still only 33%. All right, whatever. We'll come back. We'll come back later for that. In the meantime, let's work on getting a little bit of this done. And we'll dynamite out right here and right here. That should improve water flow a little bit around this next wheel that's going to be going in. We still have a ton of planks, despite not having made planks for quite some time. It's just the way it goes. Alright, so this is fully in place, which means we can come in here and just fill these back in. Alright, and then we'll do one more right here. Once that's all done, we'll go ahead and detonate all this, and then these will all be able to go down to 30,000 horsepower hours once it's all charged up. Which then means we can focus on getting across our little canyon here and getting this dam built. Alright, just need the one more right here. And that's all good to go, so let's blow it up. Beautiful. And then we'll go ahead and put in our stairs right there. Not that we ever are really going to need to get into, no, we're not going to do that. We'll leave that alone for right now. But we do want to be able to get back over there should the need arise. So we're actually going to try to cross somewhere over here. And I believe, yeah, we'll have plenty of room for that. We just have to decide what kind of suspension bridges we want. Probably going to need to be... Well, they really should meet in the middle, I guess. which means we probably want a 3x1 or a 4x1. Well, we have enough science to research all of them anyway. But I can't build across on the other side until they can get to it. Oh, well, we can try it anyway. Let's do the 3x1. And then let's see if I can get... okay, so that's 3. That would be 5x1 would get us all the way across. This one would be... okay. Yeah, that'll work nicely if that's there. Which means we actually need to get rid of... yeah, we need to get rid of a couple more bits right here, which we're going to just go ahead and blast away. Not that that's really super relevant, but it'd be fun nonetheless to see this entire thing go boom. And then when we get across over here, I think this is going to be one of our new districts, assuming that's going to reach all the way, which it should. We'll probably end up... yeah, once we dam this up, this will actually flood most of this whole area. And I don't think that's going to cause any other problems for us, so we'll see what happens with that. It's going to flood this, which is probably not an ideal outcome. We'll just have to be a little creative with how we wall stuff up. We might actually want to go ahead and get started building a dam over here, but we're not going to be able to get all the way over there until we have a district right here. I don't know. We'll see. For the time being, I think it's probably wise to get... I guess leave this as a 2 high. Make sure we have space for that to get out without being too crazy. Alright, this is just about done. Now, of course, they're not going to finish it. Come on. If I can get this whole thing done, then we can just blast across here and be done with it. Nobody's going to come over here. Oh, well. Right, how are we doing over here? These should be getting about halfway. Yeah, looking good. And a lot of these other trees should be somewhere close, you'd think. Maybe, maybe not. Alright, now come blow this thing up. Let's go. Alright. That's always fun. Alright, we'll go ahead and put in right here. I think is what we want. We'll want one more. Again, not that this is even remotely necessary. It's just kind of fun to blow stuff up if we're just going to be completely honest here. But this gives us a complete walkway around this if we ever want to make this any deeper, which we might end up wanting to do. Okay. Detonate this. Put in our staircase, if I can get it to fit. Yep, right here. And once that is in place, that should easily allow us to get across here. Remains to be seen if they can actually build this from this suspension bridge. I don't know if that's going to be the case. We might end up having to do some sort of tomfoolery to get across here and then come in from the other side. But I do like the idea of having the bridge cross like that. I think that's going to be fun. We just don't have very many logs. That's just the way that goes. But we do have some of these trees starting to grow back in, and that will have us get a pretty good amount of logs going. Still have plenty of planks. No real need to worry about that. And this is all just going to happen as it happens. Just got to hurry up and wait. Now, while we're doing that, let's go back over and check on... Yes, right here we have some more carrots we can put in. Just a very slow progress. But eventually we should start to see a higher carrot yield, which is definitely what we want to build up to getting a new district going. Still probably going to have to plant more somewhere else. I just don't have a... Well, you know, I guess we could plant some more back here. I think the only reason I had this planted this far out anyway was because of the way the forestry was set up. So let's go ahead and just put right here. We'll just make this all carrots. Why not? Just see if that's going to work. Put in one here. All right, anybody coming over here to build? No. Just waiting on a log. Well, eventually we'll get some, right? It might actually be time pretty soon to get some more breeding pods going. We certainly have enough blueberries. We might even want to scale back our blueberry production just a little bit as well and turn some of those into carrots. Because we have 2,100 saved up. And I don't think the beavers are really going to be doing much of that. So we'll go ahead and get these all removed in preparation for more of the breeding pods. And then, let's see. We're probably, honestly, okay just keeping this little bit of blueberries over here and turning these into other stuff. Okay, we definitely don't need 2 of these things, I don't think. But we'll evaluate that as we get a little bit further along here. Looks like he's about to get this. Yep. There we go. All right. Are we getting anywhere on this? No. Too far from district because this is not done. We'll go ahead and prioritize that. How are we doing on these trees? 71%? All right. All right, somebody can build these stairs. There we go. All right, let's check our distance. Oh, we're golden. We are so good. We are perfect. All right, now let's get this going. As soon as we get across here, we're going to want to put some water tanks and get infrastructure set up so we can have a successful transition into the next district as that's built. And we don't have to worry about starving or thirsting beavers. Meanwhile, we still pour untold amounts of wood into this gigantic levee project. Not much else we can do about that. We just have to be able to actually, you know, get somewhere. It all depends on wood. Still waiting on logs. I wonder, I could probably... Yeah, we could actually build a staircase down here, which I think is what we're going to end up doing. How close are these? We'll just unplant those when they're done. And then we'll mark that to be demolished. And we'll put in another set of stairs once we get there, and then we can harvest these trees as well. Just a whole lot of hurry up and wait. Still waiting on logs. Plus, once this gets dammed, then this will become fertile ground. We can plant stuff here. As well as get all these trees out of here. But we have to get across before we can even think about doing that. So I guess in the meantime we can start placing a little bit of this infrastructure to get down here. Even though they're not going to be able to build it for quite some time. It's always a good idea to have this stuff prepared and ready to go. We can go ahead and put in some lumberjack flags down here. Might as well just go ahead and do a nice little jog that way. Get 4 of those guys going. That's all we're going to be able to get down here before we actually get across. Just need the logs. And I've seen a couple of you make comments about, hey, why are you doing this enormous project when you have so much other stuff you could be doing? I don't really have a good answer to that, to be honest with you. I just kind of do stuff because it seems like it would be fun. But there is a point to all this. And of course, that's to have a ton of water stored up here because we are eventually going to need it when we have 250 dudes living in here. It's just one of those things that takes up a lot of space. We also have these row houses to play with here. Like this one will do 5 inhabitants, and then there's one that's a little taller. I think if I can get, yeah. If I can get this to go... Actually, you know, that might be okay just like it is, except I want to do this taller one. Yeah, the taller one is going to have the advantage of connecting right there, and then also right here. And then this one can connect either way. Or we could do a 3 tall one here and a 3 tall one there. Then have this actually connect all the way across here would probably not be bad either. Because we have the ability to make all that happen. So, we're not going to focus on putting in too much. We're actually going to lower the priority of these things right now because we don't have a lot of logs, so they can come work on that as they have the ability to get stuff done. But the reason behind doing this way is because I can extend all of these. Angle of a camera here makes this a little difficult to explain, but I can extend all of these. We can actually have connections on every single level of all of this. And then down here we can have some more of those going on as well. I wish there was one of these that was too tall, because I feel like that would go a little better. And I think we can probably, depending on how the height limit's looking, we can probably actually put another one of these log piles, industrial ones, up on top of this, and make another level of our area here. Might even be able to get another 2 of those. But we'll get to that when we need to. We currently don't need to have that much of the storage actually done, so I'm not really worried about it. How are we looking over here? 94. Okay, so we should actually be getting some of this wood done pretty quickly here, and that should help us a lot with these construction projects. So that's going to be a pretty big deal getting all that done. And then, of course, it's going to get this finished eventually as well. So I'm actually going to go ahead and raise the priority of these guys to get those done, because that's going to be crucial to getting these set up and working. Okay, and this is actually done there, so we can go ahead and put in those. We'll make that a little higher so we make sure that it actually gets built. Yeah, there we go. But once this is done, we can actually have a guy start supplying this and have it connected to all of this stuff and everything. So that's going to make our production a little bit better. And of course, once this enormous, stupid levee is built, then we're going to stop supply choking all of our wood. That's just one of those things that you just have to be patient with. And again, still waiting for logs. That's fine. In the meantime, let's see, these take... Science huts take how much? Inventors take 12 logs. We're not going to be building any of those anytime soon, just because we don't have logs, but we will get there in due time. We're just waiting. Yeah, here come some of the trees. So I think we can probably get that one built pretty quickly there. Get that one built there. I just have to make sure this one behind, come on, is actually built first. Yeah, I'm glad we waited for the pine trees. So now we're getting twice as much as we would with the birch. Alright, that's looking good there. And theoretically, we don't actually have to get rid of this one here because this is going to connect on this side as well. So I think we're going to be okay. We might actually escape having to demolish this engine just yet. But we can't forget to detonate these guys. That will improve our water flow here, most likely. So that's going to be a good get there. Okay, they're still waiting on logs for that. That's fine. The water wheel is going to be a much higher priority anyway. So we can elevate that. We just have to make sure that it's actually, you know, buildable. Make sure this guy gets built as well. All right, I'm just clicking on everything. All right, we have some more carrots we can put here. There we go. That's going to be hopefully a little bit of a help. I can see our carrot numbers start to tick up ever so slightly. Still waiting on logs. I guess I could kind of prioritize this. That might help. Now that this stuff is starting to get grown again, I think we're going to be in pretty good shape. Still waiting. Now these guys are on the case, so we should be okay. I guess we could put a path connector here, huh? Might be a little helpful. But now this is all complete. This should be, being the operative term, constructed hopefully pretty quickly here. Yeah, I've seen no adverse effects from removing these 2 rows of berries, so I think we're going to be okay there. Just go ahead and prep this for all of our breeding pods. We're not going to get there for a little bit while longer. We just want to be ready. Okay, there we go. We're actually making good progress on this. Ever so slowly. And boy, do I mean slowly. Alright, we'll come back and check on that later. Are we making any progress over here? We are. We just need 16 more logs. I should have known it would not be so easy to get this built. Here we are 35 minutes into the episode. We're still not across this gap, and that's kind of the whole point of what I wanted to do this episode, was to get this started over here. So I guess we could probably go ahead and put in the district center over here. Because I think the should reach pretty much all the way across here. So the district center might actually be best in a place like this. Right on the edge here. Why is that District 3? Oh, that's because I relocated this one. That's right. So I guess we can just reload this as District 2. We'll come up with a better name for it later. Okay, we need one more log. And that's done. Does that mean... Oh, I really hope they can build this from the end of the bridge. That would be so cool. Guess I could just go ahead and mark all of those. Oh, that is so nice that they can do that. That's going to save me so much time. That's looking good. How are we doing over here? Still nothing, huh? Well, these trees are almost grown. They're going to take a couple more days. This is waiting on 10 planks. Are we finally out of planks? I think we might be. Okay. We'll turn our plank generators back on because we can't get away with not having them anymore. And get this water wheel built. So now we do have enough trees that have grown up that can be cut. And they're starting to come back up. So I think we're going to be in good shape there. Just need the planks. We still might not have this done by the end of this episode either. It's funny how that stuff works, isn't it? So, oh yeah. Yep, we just need the planks. Okay. So this is actually done. It just needs to be built. Alright, somebody come over here and finish this. There we go. Okay, so this is not connected because we haven't finished this. So we'll high prioritize that. And that should get done hopefully soon. Once that's done, that's really going to improve our power output here with no added cost of burning logs. Except for the part where I'm building another one of these engines over here. We'll lower the priority on that. But that's now connected. And our supply is still not as high as the demand, which is funny, but, you know, it is what it is. Alright, how are we looking over here? Looking good. Our wheat numbers are substantially more manageable. And this is now fully complete, which means that can be done there. Let's check right here. I think I want to make the district boundary to be... Let's try right there. So I think the best way to go about it is by having the, let's see, the drop-off point and the distribution post to be as close to each other as possible. So we could actually, go ahead and unlock that. We could actually put this guy... yeah, let's just put this right here. Then unlock that. And then we can put him... Okay, that could have been a little bit more smart here. So I guess I can move that one tile over. Be fine. And then we'll do the exact same thing on the other side here. Just have these absolutely as close as possible. And that's going to allow us to be much more efficient in our inter-district trade. And actually, for the time being, I think I can get away with just putting in a couple of these large water tanks over here. It's not going to be a great spot to do it, is it? No, it's not. Okay, well, that's fine. Come on, rotate correctly, will you? I gotta find a good spot to put these. Just go ahead and put two right here. Alright, we'll get rid of that. Connect this all up here. Will that still reach? It sure will. Well, most of this. We can at least get the water started over here. And as soon as these start to get filled up, then we'll get that going. And then I think this should now be accessible. We just don't have any wood. Probably would be smart now to go ahead and prioritize these guys. Just to get that all taken care of. This is pretty close here. So I think we can leave this alone for now and come check out what we have going on over here. Yep, looking good. We can still get some more trees going, but eventually the lumber supply should catch up. We'll be in good shape. And we can send some of these excess beavers over here to our second district. And maybe a little more importantly, once this starts flooding, this will actually start to hold water and make a lot of this land arable. And then we'll be able to come over here and set up our levee. Here comes a drought, actually. Depending on how long the drought is, that might be, end of the episode might be after the drought. We will certainly take a look and see what we're able to get by with here. I think we're going to want to put a levee right here. That should get this other area protected enough for the time being for this to be appropriately high here. So there's 3 blocks of height coming over here to be 4. Might actually need a little more, but this will get it going for the time being. Once these are all in place here. And of course there's going to be other water pumping going on over here as well once we get that all taken care of. I guess I can go ahead and pop in right here in the corner. Let's go ahead and put 2 of those guys in place. Yep, that's going to be good. We are getting closer, though. This might actually happen. Just for the sake of getting this stuff all built. Actually, that's not going to work. We're just going to have to kind of leave this like it is, I guess. I really thought I was going to be able to get some more water stored in here before this drought starts, but I don't think we're going to get there. It's just going to take too long. He's sure going to try, though. Well, if they can get these stairs built here, then we're going to be in good shape as far as the tree harvesting is concerned. Just got to hurry up and wait. And once this has a decent amount of water stored up, we are going to go ahead and put this back in district separation mode. I guess I could prioritize haulers coming over here to fill this up. That probably wouldn't hurt. I haven't really been doing anything with the hauler prioritization, which a couple of you have made comments on. Said, hey, why aren't you doing that? Well, simple answer is I just kind of don't think about it. So, it is what it is. I could easily be doing something a little bit better, but I don't always think things through. So if we can get this thing done, yeah, we're going to be in good shape. So this does have 33. This has... Okay, we're actually kind of starting to get somewhere. So we're going to go ahead and put this back into a different district. I guess these guys don't care that this is a separate district now, huh? Okay, well. Can't really have a drop-off point if we don't have a distribution post, so we'll have to wait for that to get built. But Once this is done, we'll be able to start sending food over here. I guess I could also just, you know, build a warehouse. That might help. Just put these two here, of course. We just need to have a... I guess we could just not worry about organizing the storage quite yet. Because this isn't going to be a very big district at first, at least. Should we do a industrial log pile? I think we should. We can have this one be a counterclockwise. Just to get up these 3 levels here. Yes, I know it's going to conflict with the side of the district building. That's okay. That is a-okay. What's really going to be fun is getting the power across here. That's going to take quite a bit, and that's kind of what I was relying on. Maybe putting in the actual dam pieces that have the, supposedly, have the ability to be built on top of to kind of create kind of a trunk of power coming across here. We'll see. We'll see what we're able to do with that. It's going to be interesting for sure. How close are we to getting this done? Not very, huh? Well, we have water here. If I could just get them to finish this, then we can at the very least start sending food over here. And that should give our beavers a fighting chance to survive. Drought is almost here. We were close to having this completed. Nowhere near having this done. Which, you know, oh well. It's going to get done eventually anyway. Just had to make some planks. Which I do think we can go ahead and pause at least most of the plank production. And try to make sure that we don't have everything terrible happen all at once. Because they're really not that far from having this done. It's just, you know, what's a couple dozen of these levee blocks between friends, right? Okay, there we go. Let's pause for a second here. All right, we're going to have a route here. We're going to call that for carrots. We're going to have a route for... Where's grilled potatoes? Yep, right there. Carrots and grilled potatoes to start off with is probably smart. Why did I click off of that? We'll do one for bread. And then we'll do one for planks, because they're going to need planks. Distribution limits, where's the planks down here? We don't need 100. We'll go down to 10, just to be safe. Grilled potatoes, we could probably stay at 100 for the rest of these. It's probably fine. I just didn't want to have overload on planks. So now that this is all good to go, I think we can go ahead and put in... let's see. We'll do a minimum of... Let's say a minimum of 4 adult beavers in District 2. I think I'm doing this right. Okay, no, that's what I wanted. I wanted this to be a minimum of 4 adult beavers. Okay. So now these guys can actually get to work. That's all dried up. But they can start harvesting these logs. And we'll be in pretty good shape as soon as I actually tell them to cut, which of course is always a fun adventure for me to remember that. Alright, now they can actually get to work. And once you cut enough logs to get all this other stuff done, you can build yourselves some houses and have somewhere to sleep. There we go. Good progress, beaver boys. And we have some food stored up. We have some planks. And we're starting to get some water and some There go planks as well. We should probably expedite construction of the deep water pump. Well, maybe not during a drought, so we can actually kind of leave that alone. We have enough water right here for all these guys, these four, to probably be fine through the rest of the drought. And we're not really going to be exporting anything at the moment, so we'll just kind of... Well, I guess I could just keep that at 4. We won't have too much of a priority for this until we start actually making stuff here we can do something about. So these guys are bringing... Oh, they're bringing stuff over from the other area, huh? Huh. Alright. Well, that's an interesting idea. We know we're not going to get over here for a while. But I'm still very tempted. Because they can actually get all the way over here. Are we going to have enough to sustain more than 4 guys? Let's see what happens if I put 10 guys over here. There's only 6 more days of drought, so I know food-wise we're going to be fine. If these guys keep bringing water over here, I think we're actually going to be in good shape. I can also just have them, you know, export water, which is probably a good idea anyway. We'll just go ahead and get that set up. Won't be like that forever. Even though there's not currently any water here, so we'll keep that paused so we don't waste anybody's time doing that. Now, this district we have 3 unemployed beavers, which means we can put in, you guessed it, 3 of these guys. And get them putting even more wood out of here. So this is actually progressing pretty nicely now. Still kind of holding out hope this would be done by the time this episode was over, so we could watch it fill up. But I don't know that that's going to be the case. We just need a couple hundred more logs. Well, I don't know. Well, we seem to be doing okay. If these keep growing... I didn't ever mark these to be cut. Well, that solves that problem. Wow, okay. I thought I'd done that already. I bet you somebody has made a comment about that, and now they're coming back, oh, he actually fixed it during the video. I do that sometimes. I was wondering where I was seeing the resin in here. It's like, not supposed to be up long enough for that to happen. Now let's see these guys come out. It's morning. Come and get your trees. There we go. That ought to give us a nice boost. Alright, now how about over here? How are we looking? Okay, we're actually looking pretty good. They successfully built all of these things, which means we can go ahead and put in the stairs to get over there. And then we'll go ahead and put in this same thing right here. There we go. That'll help them get a little bit more going on. We'll just kind of leave this as a 3 stack for the time being. Figure out some way to fix that later. But we are making good progress. This might actually be close enough now over here to get around this entire part of the lake here. As we start cutting these down, I think we really shouldn't have a problem. Then these guys can start building. We'll have them come up over here and actually start building this wall. But that's probably going to be a next episode thing. It's probably pretty wasteful of planks to end up doing this, but I don't think we need to be... Oh, it actually would use less planks to do that way. Save us like 4 or 6 planks. So yes, I know this looks stupid. We're going to just do that anyway. Then I think we're going to go ahead and want to, while we're over here, put in these guys on that side and then get this all done. I guess it doesn't really matter. I'll tell you what, we can start with the 2 high. There we go. That'll keep them occupied for a pretty good amount of time once we get this all actually taken care of here. Got plenty of food, got plenty of water. Looking good, they're staying busy. Now, how are we looking over here? All right, good progress, good progress. We're not super far from having this all taken care of. We just don't have a lot of wood over here. This is always the eternal problem. They still haven't gotten... Okay. All right. If they can come get this demolished, we'll put in one more set of stairs. I think we can get these in pretty short order. Just need somebody to come get this. Too far from a district cannot be demolished. Really? Somehow I doubt that. It just has to be, you know, actually put forth some effort into getting somebody to come get this. I know somebody can get over here. Or is it because it's too high? Is that what it is? Okay, so what if we were to put this here? Alright, well, I guess we'll just have to kind of deal with that being there. And deal with that. Now, this is a mess. I imagine a lot of you are going to have some sort of problem with that, but that's okay. Just prioritize these two getting constructed. Should still be well within the range. Just got to get them to, you know, actually do it. See, look how much water we're using here. This is why we're doing this. This is why we have to have more water over here. It's just necessary. All right, now that we are actually getting going over here, I think we can probably put in a forester to try and farm some of this as actual wood. So why don't we... I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll put that there. That should be pretty much the only thing they have left to build is getting this guy done. Then once the water comes back, we can actually plant some trees. We'll plant, keep planting pines. Excuse me. Give them something to do with that. And of course, they don't have any planks to give over here anyway, so it's not like that really matters. They just don't have a lot of logs. They're spending all their logs on these things. They only have 9. But once this is done, that should help a little bit. Maybe. Alright, I guess we can unpause 2 more plank things. The drought is almost over anyway. Now we just wait. Just wait. So I guess while we're waiting, we can kind of start doing our little debrief thing here. So yeah, we're still on probably 3 to 4 videos a week train here. This would be, I guess, the second if we're counting from Monday being the start of the week. Gonna hope to have another one up maybe Saturday. probably going to be another Timberborn. I'm going to try and do another stream this weekend if I have the time for that. And we'll see what happens with that. Also planning on streaming over on Twitch at twitch.tv/jcthebeard, maybe starting The Last of Us. I think I mentioned in the previous video. If not, then, well, that's what I'm trying to do. Probably tonight as of the posting of this video, so Thursday evening. Would love to have you join for all of that fun stuff. But yeah, we're just about out of time for this episode. We got like another just under 2 days before this drought's over, so we will of course see that through. But as of now, we're just kind of waiting for the beavers to do a lot of this stuff that just takes a whole lot of time to get done, like building these stairs that don't have the planks necessary to build. Although this one I think is just about done. Yep. And this one's all ready to go, so we might actually be in pretty good shape. Just have to get these guys going. I know there's beavers that need jobs, so we will let them get to work chopping these trees down. Make sure that's set the right direction, and it is. And these are all set to be cut down, so we should be in pretty good shape. So we might actually get some of this built over here. And this is now fully connected here as well, which means these guys can get to work building this little thing right here. So we should be in pretty good shape. And this won't be full to flooding anyway anytime soon. So growing trees right here right now is probably not the worst thing that we could be doing with our time. Just one of those things, you gotta do a little bit of work to get something done. You know how it is. They're gonna demolish those in probably short order here. So yeah, got 1 day left on the drought, and they finally started getting something done. It just takes time. And they're going to be probably doing this for quite a while into the next episode. So what else can we take a look at while we're waiting for this to be all good to go? Yeah, see, look at all this water we're using up. I told you we needed to expand. There's just so much consumption at this point. You just have to plan for it. Now, we're still not generating enough power, of course, because the river is currently turned off in drought mode. But these guys have plenty to do to keep up with what they've got going on. We're not going to birth any more beavers over here because this faction can't do that without breeding pods, so that's okay. We'll just have these 10 going on their merry way. We'll have to build them housing eventually. So we'll see what happens when we get there. Yeah, they're already almost completely done over here. So we might actually have to sacrifice some of our tree reserves over here. So we have so much. What do we have over here? Is this full of pine resin? Okay, yeah, I think we can afford to lose some of these trees. Maybe just a few. And by a few, I mean half of these. So yeah, come get them. Come get rid of these trees. Go ahead and cut down a couple more rows of these guys since we don't even have room to utilize them anyway. And see just how much more of this we can get done. But yeah, that is pretty much where we're going to have to be leaving it. The drought is just about over. And I know it's a little disappointing not get this completely done in this episode, but it will be next episode. And then we'll have this all filled up. And we'll have this area start to develop as well as they start getting into building this wall of levees and then get this section of the dam constructed, get this flooded, and start using this the way it's supposed to be used. So we might actually just kind of abandon our goals of getting too much trees out of here, but we should be able to get at least one planting cycle. But like I said, the drought is over, and we are now going to be in a pretty good spot to get the rest of this stuff done. But that is all the time we've got for today. I hope you've enjoyed. As always, I read every comment, I respond when I can, and I enjoy talking about the game or the playthrough with you guys. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, want to yell at me and tell me I did something wrong or that I'm dumb, go right ahead. You're not going to hurt my feelings too bad. After all, I'm here to learn and enjoy playing the game. And part of the fun of that is getting to talk to people and learn different perspectives. So fire away in the comments. Love to talk to you. We'll see you again, hopefully on Saturday for another episode. Until then, have a fantastic week, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.